The social problem I want to talk about is about immigration. It is a strong topic, and a lot of people know about it because here in the United States, you're either against it or for it, and there's not really like both. There's both sides, but I think that there could be many solutions to it instead of kicking all of these undocumented people out that have done nothing wrong. I find that it's very inhumane to just kick them out. Um, The topic of immigration is a very strong social issue as people in the United States associate the United States as a mixing pot as all races come to the United States, whether it be Asians, Mexicans, uh, Spaniards, Russians, Caucasians, or anybody really comes here. And the United States is a very it's the first world country, and of course everybody wants to come here because it's uh it's the desire because people when people tend to migrate to the United States, it's because of lack of opportunity in their country. And here in the United States, there is a better future and better opportunity here in the United States than it is in the third world country or second country. And also people flee because their life might be in danger because of the gangs, robberies, and all various sorts. It's not because they just want to leave. If that's the case, I doubt that many people would want to leave their homeland. And I find that immigration policies are very absurd because sometimes they tear families apart. And people try to make out like immigration's a big monster that we're that people are just uh like gangbangers, robbers are just here it's in the United States to like cause problems or some sorts to take away jobs when that isn't the case, as it benefits the United States to have immigrants to the United States because it boosts the economy and everyone it boosts the economy up. And it says that there are 44% medical students or foreign students, 42% are computer scientist experts, and that the other and most of the other populations that come to the United States and enter to labor, uh, which most of the people in the United States don't really do laborious work like constructions, all of that type of work, which is like heavy. People don't tend to do it here in the United States, so we just leave it off to the immigrants, basically. Uh, and I find that one of the solutions that people could undergo is that we could help base programs in the countries like El Salvador, Guatemala, uh, Mexico, perhaps, just because they're the ones that tend to come more to the United States. This could help in uh, develop developing a nation, also maybe an ally, because people that come from those places are normally like murderers, robbers. It's not because they are, it's because of the environment they live in. And what we could do and help is to send like here in LA, uh, where they start like a gang reduction. We could do that over there. It's really gonna help because we spent like almost 12 to 66.9 billion on a wall. So why not just use some of that money and put it into um, some programs where we could go help some other nations to improve the people there, to improve some skills so they could find jobs and overall just make it safer over there. And there won't be that many migrants that will come here. And with that, we could also um, incorporate some education, some mentorship to steer the young kids away from right and wrong, to tell them what's bad, and to not to deprive them of facing the choice of either it's gang or death, all that's kind of sorts, because over there it's really scary. As building a wall is not really gonna help anybody. It's just gonna strike not even fear, because if people want to just jump over the wall or climb over the wall, they can. If there's a will, there's a way. It's really not gonna. It's not gonna stop anybody. It's just gonna be a waste of money, and the expectancy of the U.S. paying, it's gonna be like 12 to 66.9 billion just for a wall, and it's not gonna stop anybody. The second solution is that we could, and this one's on the fence, because it, it was around like 2008 when Obama was president, but not a lot of people gather around it because the Republicans. And it's to grant migrants citizenship. The only Because there's like 11 million that are here undocumented, and it's gonna be really inhumane to just deport all of them. And people have been living here like almost all their life, and they even have like a family right now, like me, that I'm a kid, not a kid, but my parents. They started a family, and I'm here. Uh, they could grant citizenship, uh, but the downside is that use it's gonna require a lot of time, paperwork. It's gonna require a lot of background checks to see if they're a criminal or not. What I think could happen is that there could be like a strike policy if you violate some codes or something, not pay taxes or something, that it could be taken away, or it could not. Just has to be settled in court, because I'm not really that qualified. So it should be like settled in court to see what would happen if you like get like a violation or something. Um, but what I think a requirement for the citizenship will be like to at least have the undocumented people um, to have a basic knowledge of English, to have at least writing, reading, and speaking the basic English at least to a fifth grade level at best. Also, to pay like a fee for coming in into the United States. And if the government sees a profit in this, I think that they will make this a very uh, fast fast process, because money is coming in. Uh, and the other side of this is why grant anybody citizenship and we should just deport them all, or just why not build barriers. It's because the wall is going to cost, like I said, 12 billion to 66.9 billion just to build the wall. That's not really going to stop anybody. The US already spent like 19.4 just to reinforce the borders, and still it still reports that 97% still get in. So it's not going to stop anybody, just at 3%. And it's just more rigorous of a challenge for the people that come here to get in, because most of the people that come to the border here in the United States are just children basically, and they're detained, and that's very inhumane, and sometimes are even deported back where they came from, which defeats all purposes of why they came and struggled all their way. They face gangsters, kidnappers, robberies, and some even just die on the way over here. They have to go through several life crises, and even the United States, like I said, build pays Mexico sometimes to not let the South Americans cross the Mexican border, so then they won't have to make the U.S. make more work. All right, thank you.